I'm Alessandra Barrett, Senior Content Editor for JOC, and I am at our 2019 TPM conference with Keith Reardon, Senior Vice President for Consumer Product Supply Chain Growth for CN. Thanks for joining me today, Keith.
Thank you for having us. We enjoy this.
Container growth is expected to grow exponentially over the next few years with larger vessels. How is CN prepared to handle the capacity over the next 2 or 3 years?
Sure. Well, we prepare in a couple different ways. That interface between us and our supply chain partners, most specifically the port terminals, we work on that jointly. So we have a lot of our port terminal operators that are expanding. Delta Port, they just came out of their expansion. We're working with them daily to look at the production. The waterfront there in Vancouver with Vanterm and Centerm. Vanterm's not really expanding, but Centerm is. So we're working with them on what's going to happen there over the next couple of years through that process. But on the waterfront, we are doubling our capacity in and out from a rail standpoint. We just worked with the government on a 4 kilometer improvement or a 4 kilometer expansion of our rail traffic capabilities in and out of the terminal. In Prince Rupert, we just went through one expansion, and between 2021 and 2022, the first quarters, we will add another 450,000 TEUs of capacity. So on the West Coast, doing a lot of work with the port operators, and then from a network standpoint on CN. We have 18% more people on the railroad operating trains this year than we had last year. We have 10% more locomotives this year than we had last year. We put in 60 miles of double track last year. This year we will put in 80 miles of double track. We're adding 140 locomotives this year, the majority of them in the first quarter. So between the $3.5 billion we spent on our network last year and the $3.9 billion that we're targeted to spend this year, we're putting enough capacity in for that growth.
Now, to get a little more narrow, just looking at fresh food.
Sure.
That is, the demand for fresh food is growing globally. How are you expecting to handle that?
Yeah, so the consumer marketplace and everybody's want to have fresh, whether it's vegetables or pork or chicken, poultry, any type of proteins. We saw that coming actually about 10 years ago, and we started to invest in 3 different ways. We invested in the people that we have that know how to do that. The people who are understanding of the food safety requirements. The capacity improvements that we need in order to be able to handle that growth, as well as the various types of equipment that we need. So we first went and invested in the people. Then we invested in all the processes that we need to do to manage that, to be compliant with the food safety, to make sure that we keep the shelf life of those products as long as possible for our customers. And then the third thing that we invested in was the equipment. So we now have, over the years, and we have invested in our genset. So those are what the power packs are that allow us to move 17 of our international customers' reefers on one power pack. We have about 85 or 86 of those in service, so that allows us to run a lot of that business. We've also invested in our 53-foot reefer market, our reefer containers, because we do a lot of transloading at the ports for our customers as well on the overseas business. And so from a people, processes, and equipment standpoint, we feel very, very confident that we can move forward and handle that business.
What is CN doing to add value to better serve carriers and BCOs in the Trans-Pacific lane?
Sure. We believe that one of the things that sets us apart from our competitors or other people in the marketplace that are providing transportation services to the market is that we're boots on the ground type of people. We go to Asia, we talk to the trade folks, we talk to the beneficial cargo owners, and we try and understand what they're looking for in their transportation product. So we don't create a one-size-fits-all type of product or service for our customers. We actually get into the details and try and understand that. working with our supply chain partners, we feel that we're able to differentiate our product and create a product that meets or exceeds what they're looking for in the marketplace.
Great. Thanks for taking time to sit down with me today.
Thank you very much.
I've been speaking with Keith Reardon, Senior Vice President of Consumer Product Supply Chain Growth for CN.